Warning. Major spoilers for the Red Dead Redemption series are in this video. If you've not yet fully completed Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2, it's in your best interest to click off this video right now. Hello everyone, so I've finally finished the story of Red Dead Redemption 2 completely. My last ending video is on the ending of chapter 6 and the end of Arthur's story, but I've finished the epilogue and therefore the entire game's main story. The ending was overall very happy, but it is also very tragic. In this video, I'll go over what happened and why I think it is a bittersweet ending. So, the mission American Venom starts out with Sadie Adler arriving at Beecher's Hope and informing John that one of Micah's men, Cleet, who helped the gang with the train robbery in the mission My Last Boy, was last seen in the town of Strawberry after murdering a woman. She says that he might know the whereabouts of Micah Bell. Despite Abigail begging John to not, John sets off to Strawberry with Sadie and Charles. When they arrive at Strawberry, they quickly spot Cleet and bring him up to the hanging station and tie the noose around his neck. After John lightly pulls the lever to threaten him, Cleet reveals that Micah is up in Mount Hagen. Here, you have the option to either spare Cleet or kill him. Either way he dies. I chose to spare him, but Sadie just killed him anyway. When they are around Mount Hagen, one of Micah's men snipes Charles, forcing him to stay in cover while Sadie and John go up. After killing some of Micah's men, two of them surprise Sadie and John. One of them stabs Sadie, and just when he is about to stab her a second time, Charles shoots him in the back with a sawed-off shotgun, killing him. John lays Sadie down with Charles, and continues on alone. Joe, another one of Micah's men who also helped with the train robbery, appears over the mountain with two other men. John quickly kills them and searches for Micah. After searching several camps, John finally finds Micah. After a short conversation, where Micah taunts John by telling him that he might visit Abigail and Jack once he kills John, Micah draws on John and starts shooting at him. Sadie flanks Micah from behind and holds him at gunpoint, forcing him to surrender. Dutch suddenly appears out of the cabin, holding his two revolvers at John and Micah. Micah takes his opportunity of Sadie and John's distraction to tackle Sadie and subdue her, aiming his gun at her head, resulting in a standoff between the three men. After John tries to convince Dutch to help him by saying that he did all he could for the gang and that Dutch killing him won't solve anything, Dutch shoots Micah, and John then finishes him off. Micah stumbles for a bit before collapsing on the snow and dying. John thanks Dutch, but Dutch says nothing in response, giving him an icy glare as he walks past him. John then discovers Dutch's chest full of money and gold, most of it from Blackwater. John can hardly believe his eyes and he grabs a nearby satchel and loots it all. John, Sadie and Charles ride back to Beecher's Hope, and when they get there, John tells Abigail that it's all over, and then the credits roll. In between the credits, multiple scenes play. These include brief flashes to the lives of other characters, such as Mary Beth, who's writing stories, Tilly, who is living in Saint Denis, married to a lawyer and has a child, Pearson, who owns the general store in Rhodes, although you can tell he misses the old days of the gang, as it cuts to him sadly looking at a photo of the gang. Edith Downs is shown boarding a ship in Saint Denis with their son Archie, looking considerably wealthier than they did in 1899. Mary Linton is seen crying at the artist's grave, and Rains Fall is seen looking over a cliff. We also see that John and Abigail got properly married, Charles, Uncle, Sadie and Jack attending the wedding. After what seems like a while, Charles leaves Beecher's Hope, presumably heading up to Canada, where he hinted he wanted to go to start a family. Later, Sadie also leaves, presumably going to South America, where she hinted she wanted to go. We also see that Agent Ross and Agent Fordham locate Micah's body and notice that the money in the chest is gone. After talking to some people, they finally locate John at Beecher's Hope, although they do not directly confront him. After some more credits roll, it slowly zooms out of Beecher's Hope and Abigail and John have a short, happy conversation about their home, where Abigail says that she loves Beecher's Hope.
I paid our debts with that money. I
don't want to talk about that money. And no more of that.
It's over, Abigail.
Now, although it seems like a very happy ending at first, as Mike has been killed, John's paid off his debt with Dutch's money, and John, Abigail, Uncle and Jack are finally living the peaceful life that they have wanted for so long, the ending of Red Dead Redemption 2 is actually very tragic, if you know the first Red Dead Redemption ends. I was first reminded of this when I was feeling extremely happy, only for the scene to cut to Agent Ross and Agent Fordham discovering Micah's body, and I was reminded of the events of Red Dead Redemption, where John, after having his family taken away from him and forced down to hunt his former gang members by the government, after doing everything that Agent Ross told him to do, Agent Ross double-crosses John, and attacks Beecher's Hope along with a large number of US Army soldiers, killing Uncle in the process.
Don't worry about me. Just get him out of here.
John says his goodbyes to Abigail and Jack and sacrifices himself so they can live a peaceful life with no fear of being hunted down by the government. What makes the ending even more devastating is that Arthur told John that
when the time comes, you gotta run and don't look back.
John looks back by thinking back to Micah's betrayal and killing him. Because of this, Agent Ross and Agent Fordham got their first lead on John, resulting in John's death. So, although it feels incredibly satisfying to shoot Micah in the head and watch him die in the cold snow, it is actually what ends up killing John. That being said, I still really enjoyed the ending. I felt like such a badass when American Venom started playing, as I wiped through Micah's men with ease, demanding where Micah was. However, there are a few things that I will definitely do differently when I play it again. As some of you may have noticed, when the two men surprise attack John and Sadie, Arthur's hat fell off me, and I didn't notice until a while later. You can see me frantically looking for Arthur's hat and picking up what I thought was his hat, but it wasn't. I also used Deadeye too much, which I know might sound like a weird thing to say, but it cut some of the dialogue and made killing Micah's men less natural. I also realised when watching the footage back that you can see a rat crawling in front of Micah's cabin, which I don't think is a coincidence that a rat is crawling near another one. I'm also really happy that Charles and Sadie didn't die, as it would have made the ending way less satisfying, and I hope Charles and Sadie are both living the lives that they wanted. When John tells Abigail that it's over, and the credits start to roll, as the beautiful song Red started playing as it cut to happy scenes such as John and Abigail's wedding, a huge smile spread across my face, but I felt a twinge of sadness, as that was the last story mission of the game that had been such a big part of my life for nearly 4 months, and it was over. But there are still more things to do. I'm around 10% off from getting 100% completion, so right now I'm doing challenges, tasks, stranger missions, bounties, and just roaming around the beautiful map of Red Dead Redemption 2. Although I'm really sad that the story has come to an end, it feels oddly free to just roam around the map, not worrying about anything, something I've never really experienced in Red Dead Redemption 2, and I feel like I'm taking in the beauty of the map a lot more for the first time since when I started the game. I've enjoyed the story of Red Dead Redemption 2 so much, and I really appreciate how Rockstar didn't just rush through the story, and it made this game way more enjoyable and immersive. From the loud missions with Dutch, where you end up killing half the town, to the silent missions you do with Charles, where you have to be smarter and more careful with your actions, there honestly wasn't a mission that I didn't enjoy playing. I really am so surprised how much the story sucked me in. When I was about to get Red Dead Redemption 2, I thought I'd do a bit of the story, but I'd mainly just free roam, because I played open world games such as Watch Dogs 2, where the story was pretty weak and uninteresting, and I thought that open world games didn't really have good stories, but I've never been happier in my life that I was wrong. Thinking back to the early chapter missions feel like ages away now, and feel strangely nostalgic, which shows how long I've been stretching out the story missions. I can't wait to replay Red Dead Redemption 2, but I'm going to wait a good few months before I do, so that when I come back, the game feels so much fresher, since I'd forgotten about a lot of the missions. And like rereading a book, I think I'll pick up on a lot of different things in the story now that I know what happens. I'm going to learn from my mistakes and do things differently, such as using Deadeye less to make missions more challenging, staying around camp more, especially in chapter 2 and 3, to listen to the many interactions between the camp members, and I'm going to try and play through the entire story with high honor, as I only got high honor around chapter 6, but I'd like to see the different dialogue with Arthur if he is high honor in the earlier chapters.
Get down here now, you inbred trash!
So, there it is. I have finally finished the story of Red Dead Redemption 2, which means that I can finally watch all the Red Dead Redemption 2 videos that I have in my watch later with no fear of spoilers, which is such a relief. So now that the story is done, I'm still going to do more Red Dead Redemption 2 videos, such as the guides like the hunting one I did, and the videos based on one particular character, like how Arthur Morgan is my favourite protagonist of all time. So expect videos like that coming. I also want to say that I'll be studying for exams over the next month, so I won't be uploading as much. But come June, I'll have literally nothing to do if this whole lockdown is still going on, so I'll be making loads of videos. So thanks so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed making it. If you liked it, please leave it a like, and if you didn't, please leave it a dislike, and tell me why. If you have any other video ideas for me, such as a character that you'd like me to make a video on, please tell me in the comments down below. If you have Instagram, you can follow me at RombarkYT. Again, thanks so much for watching, and take care of yourselves.
I'm going to where the sun burns in the He stays in command, come lay by my side, right here, to where the river turns to dust.